What if you could get what you want every time you decided you want something? Well, it sounds for a recipe like for a spoiled child, doesn't it? One of the keys to success in life and wealth building are relationships. Relationships of value. Whether it's your nearest and dearest, your business partners, or your potential customers, being able to create win-win relationships is dependent on your ability to influence. This doesn't mean deceiving someone or anything of the sort. But with influence, you have the power to persuade others and be in control of any situation. Alternatively, when you don't understand how to harness influence, you hand over your decisions to others. You see, influence can be a tricky thing to master. It's about having the capacity to cause an effect on someone's character, on their development or behavior. When you truly understand the craft of influence, you'll be able to earn the respect you deserve and receive more love and appreciation for who you are. Not only is it invaluable to a happy personal life, it will be invaluable to spill over into your finances, allowing you to close more deals, win over new customers, and command more wealth. In short, influence will allow you to achieve extraordinary performance in your life. Now, influence is not about manipulating people to your advantage. We are not in the business of tricking others. While I'm fully aware there are many people who will misuse their influence to personal gain, I'm in no way condoning the misuse of the influence, nor do I recommend you take this path. Now, everything I do with the best of integrity in mind. Not just because morally it's the correct thing to do, but also from a business perspective, it just makes sense. For example, if a person were to abuse their influence and trick people into joining a scheme that promised them major returns on an investment, all with the knowledge that it was a scam, how many of those willing first-time customers do you think would be happy with them in the outcome? How many of those customers would recommend the scheme, leave good reviews of the person, and become loyal returning customers? Not a single one, of course. In the long run, integrity is what will keep your customers, your clients, your partners returning to you, raving about your business, sharing and selling for you. But to capture their attention initially and show them with unquestionable authority and clarity what your message is and how it will add value to their lives, you must be able to wield the power of influence. You see, influence is not about being deceptive. It's so much deeper than natural charisma. Influence is a learnable skill. So here are a few tips to get you started. First, attitude plays a large part in it. Let's talk about one of the most influential people in the world, Oprah Winfrey. What is about that Oprah that draws audiences in? Why is it that people actively seek her opinions and approvals? One of the highlights for Oprah's fans would be her year-end show called Oprah's Favorite Things, where she would literally tell audiences what her favorite things were. Well, back in 2002, a bakery in South Florida called We Take the Cake was struggling to stay in business. In 2004, Oprah listed their key lime pie bundt cake as one of her favorite things. The bakery was inundated with requests. Their phone lines were ringing off the hook, and the website crashed from receiving too many visitors. Since that mention on her show, We Take the Cake turned things around and has received multiple features on the Food Network, in print publications and websites. Now that's influence. I believe the first step to gain influence comes from your attitude and the way you present yourself. If you want to be respected and really own influence, lead by example. Influencers are willing to do what's asked of others. Be enthusiastic. People naturally gravitate to things that make them feel good. By being an enthusiastic person, someone who supports and nurtures people will come to associate you with feeling good and thus seek you out. When faced with something that upsets you, such as an employee submitting subpar work or even your husband not taking out the trash, it's a natural reaction to get angry and point fingers or point out flaws. Well, you can change your attitude by changing your approach. Rather than launching directly into a critique, point out what they did well or compliment them on a strength you know they have, and then suggest how to improve or fix the problem. Your aim is to build long-lasting relationships. By losing your temper, Being pessimistic or overly critical, you may get your own way, but it will damage the relationship. It is absolutely essential that you understand the best way of getting your way is by enabling others to see how it will benefit them. Learn to build rapport. Good rapport is the foundation of all successful interactions, both personal and professional. Remember that people do business with people they know, like, and trust. Identify the person's values through friendly conversation. A mistake that people make in trying to be a leader is that they talk at the person rather than to the person. It becomes a monologue, and because the other person isn't given any time to speak, the leader assumes he has influence and authority. Make eye contact, be personable, and never talk down to anyone. Find a common interest. It could be sports, vacation spots, kids, anything. Ask open-ended questions and genuinely listen to their answers. Through their answers, you'll be able to analyze how they express themselves. Are they visual, auditory, or kinesthetic? Understand their languaging and mirror their speech. Match their body language and movements casually so they feel at ease. You want to build rapport and establish a connection with that person. When you achieve this, and the person not only likes you, but also feels as though you understand them and are like them, then you'll find that they'll act in your favor. Use questions to guide them and guide that person to your offer or to your way of thinking. There's no need to hard sell. Allow them to reach your conclusion on their own, rather than telling them what to do directly. Another key attribute is to be yourself. Honesty and authenticity are what will give you your influence on a long-term basis. Trying to influence someone to sign on a deal or make a purchase on a product will be successful if you're honest about what the person is getting into. The worst thing you can do is make a false promise or outrageous claims that you have no intention of fulfilling, or that you simply don't know how to fulfill. Go for the approach of under-promising and then over-delivering. When you show people that you are true to your word, they'll be more inclined to follow you and allow themselves to be influenced by you. So if you're promoting a product or a service, do it from a place of authenticity. Don't promote something that you've never even used yourself just so that you can make some money or get a sales commission. Do your homework and select only the best offers that will genuinely add value or solve a problem in your customer's life. When it comes to dealing with your staff or business partners, honesty will keep communication open and allow people the freedom to express themselves in a non-confrontational way. If you think an idea or a direction an employee is going is wrong, tell them with tact. Redirect their attention to your way of thinking by asking them questions that will lead them to your answer. Whether you're aware of it or not, you have been an influencer your whole life. From the time you were a baby, even before you could string a sentence together, I am sure you had the power to influence. As an infant, you likely influenced an adult to carry you by getting their attention and raising your arms up. In the schoolyard, I'm sure there were times when your friends wanted to play a game, but you had a better idea. Negotiating and selling your idea to them was a form of influence, especially if you found you consistently got your way. Now that you're an adult, it's time for you to understand what lies beneath influence so that you can acquire the skill that can turn a lead into a customer and a working staff into loyal family. Start small, and remember there are 3 tips I shared with you: being enthusiastic, the importance of building rapport, and being authentic. As you get used to using these strategies, you'll find it easier to influence, spread your message, and give back to the world and create the future that you are after. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Facebook, visit my website, TonyNewmeyer.com, and register to receive free emails, trainings, and updates and inspirational messages. And always remember, live rich.